Hi, welcome to the podcast. I'm your host, Sydney Haga, and this is the Inner Tigresa podcast where we talk about all things life, love, spirituality, masculine, feminine energy, the law of attraction, you name it, we got it. Today, we are diving into magnetic energy codes, specifically 5 traits that make someone naturally magnetic. You're going to want to stick around and listen to these codes because when you come from this kind of an energy, the universe has no option but to obey you. The 5 codes that I will be sharing with you in this podcast have significantly changed how and what I attract. It's been easier to attract the life of my dreams, love, opportunities, relationships, friendships, and I've noticed that when I do attract something, it's more in alignment. So if you're someone on a path of self-growth, self-actualization, and want to learn more, stick around because we are diving into the 5 energetic codes that make you super magnetic. Okay, number 1, detach from the outcome. The most magnetic people are not gripping onto a future outcome. They're not obsessing over if they're going to get a text back, if something's going to work out, if you're going to lose whatever's coming to you, or thinking about what's coming next. The most magnetic people I know are in the moment and appreciating it as it happens. Not thinking about the future, not worrying about the past, and allowing each moment to be what it is. Even if these people are going through the hardest challenges, even if they're being criticized or judged, or if they're going through something personal that is hard or challenging, these people are not attaching in that moment to immediately fixing it or wanting the moment to change in any way. And the same goes with a positive experience. Like, say you're with a new interest in love, a new love interest, a new friendship, a new opportunity. You're not attached to how is this going to work out? Oh, what comes next? I wonder if they like me, right? No, you're just in the moment, appreciating what is, feeling the energy, and just being very light. You're not attached to the next thing or the next step. And people can feel when you have this sort of relaxed confidence, it's like I trust myself and I love myself regardless of how this outcome ends up. That relaxed energy, although it might seem like you're not doing anything, actually creates more attraction and people feel peaceful in your energy and you naturally get opportunities because you're not trying hard. So that's the power of detaching from outcomes. Number 2 is being fulfilled by your own life. The most magnetic people I know are deeply connected to themselves. They have their own routines, their own hobbies, their passions, their goals. They're creative, they're engaging in a sport, or, they're going after something bigger than themselves that doesn't really require anyone outside of themselves. They're engaging with their own energy and cultivating their own energy and mastering a craft or an art or a skill or a sport, right? They're not sitting around and waiting for someone else to be their source of fulfillment. They're going out and being that source of fulfillment for themselves. They're already in love with their own energy. These people are going to the gym because it makes them feel strong. These people are creating because it lights them up. They romanticize their own existence. And because of this, relationships become an addition to their life and not the entire foundation of it. They are still themselves with or without that friendship, that partnership, that opportunity. Their energy shifts from, I hope you choose me, to, I've already chosen myself. And that changes everything, because then you attract from a place of abundance rather than a place of lack. Number 3 is probably one of the most powerful responses. It's non-reactivity. One of the most underrated forms of power is emotional restraint. This isn't suppression. This isn't pretending that you don't care. This is the ability to pause before you react emotionally. If something hurts you, triggers you, pisses you off, you don't immediately explode or spiral, beg, chase, or seek revenge. You let the emotion land first, and then you decide to not react from an emotional place. This takes a level of self-awareness to not be swept up in the emotions that you're feeling, but to be able to witness them in the moment. You still honor them, you still accept what you're feeling, but you're not going to go show that person or thing that pissed you off or made you feel hurt that emotion to its full extent, right? Because that is giving your power away when you feed something, especially if it's something negative, more energy. Magnetic energy is grounded, self-aware, and emotionally intelligent. A person who can regulate themselves is far more powerful than someone who is constantly reacting out of impulse. And not every emotion requires immediate action. Sometimes it's the most powerful thing you can do to observe, stay connected to your breath, and respond later from clarity instead of pain. Hi, babes. If you're someone listening to this podcast, I have a pretty good feeling that you are on a path of self-actualization, self-growth, empowerment, and I want to invite you to check out my astrology readings. I give soul-based, real sky astrology readings that look at your evolution and where you're asked to grow in this lifetime. If you'd like to book a reading with me, my link is below, and let's get on to it. Number 4 is having an abundance mindset. Generosity is attractive. Lack energy repels. Lack energy needs to cling on to things, experiences, people. Abundant energy trusts. Abundant energy is coming from a place of appreciation for what is. When someone operates from scarcity, they act like this one opportunity is my only opportunity. This one person is my only person. This one chance is the only chance I'm gonna get. They act like they need to cling on to love, things, people, because it's gonna run out or it's not gonna come again. And this makes you look desperate. The tendency is to grip tighter, to overthink, or to settle for something that's not actually meant for you. But an abundance mindset says, if this leaves, something else will arrive. If this person walks away, I'll be fine on my own, and they just made room for me to attract even more love into my life, right? This isn't from a place of being delusional. This is from a place of trust. This abundance mindset knows that there are billions of people on this planet. There are infinite opportunities. The universe is not on a budget. And new doors are constantly opening. When you fully understand that you can trust the universe, you stop acting from a place of survival, like your whole life depends on one outcome succeeding. That relaxed certainty is so magnetic. Before we get into our last point, if you are enjoying this episode, please be sure to like, subscribe, and share the channel with someone who you might feel like would resonate with this content. My name's Sydney Haga. I am a soul-based astrologer, and I'll be hopping on here weekly to give you more podcast episodes. All my links are below. You can book a reading, find my other social medias, and let's get on to point number 5. Letting other people shine. The loudest person in the room does not make them the most confident or attractive. Truly confident people do not constantly need to be the center of attention. And they don't need to dim others in order to feel more powerful. These kind of people understand that one person's light, one person's beauty, one person's creativity does not take away from my own. It's simply different. They admire the beauty, the talent, the success, intelligence, and confidence in others without feeling threatened by it. Because they understand that someone else shining is meant to inspire them. I feel like there's this saying that says, when you're at the top, there is no competition, there is collaboration. But insecure energy needs to compete constantly. Meanwhile, magnetic energy just appreciates other people. There's something deeply attractive about someone who is secure enough to celebrate others, compliment others, support others, and still know their own worth. That kind of quiet confidence is felt immediately. Magnetism is not about forcing, it's not chasing, and it's not performing for validation. Magnetism is self-trust, it's presence, it's being emotionally regulated and fulfilled, confident within yourself, and at peace. The more fulfilled you become within yourself, the less you need to force validation externally. And that is when everything starts magnetizing towards you effortlessly. Have a beautiful week, you guys. Mwah.